Made it to fall, but more important than that, we made it to Friday. Amen, right?
Yeah, right.
Said at the same time.
Yeah,
Rough week,
sure.
huh?
Yeah, it was
long
a long
week.
It was a long week, definitely. But it's going to be a beautiful weekend. It is a bit hazy, though, in parts of Oregon. You can tell looking south from our Skycam at Timberline Lodge towards Mount Jefferson. Made for a beautiful sunset, as smoke often does. So a little bit of wildfire smoke from the fires down in central and southern Oregon, hazing our sky, mainly to the south of Mount Hood. We didn't have this in the Portland area either. When we look at the smoke forecast, we're in good shape here. Now, the Bolt Creek fire may flare up a little bit. There we go there. And then the fires up around the Pasayten Wilderness. Same thing, but for the most part, not a lot of smoke rolling into Oregon. That bodes well for the game in Pullman yesterday. The Ducks and the Cougars at 1 o'clock. Be great weather there. And great weather tomorrow night in Corvallis as USC is in town and the Beavers take them on. So beautiful night for football tonight and tomorrow night. But with smoke and wildfire, I started thinking about the rainfall, and boy, we have not had much rain this month. Only 0.05 of an inch. Now, we may get a little bit more later next week, but even so, we're not going to end up with more than, say, that much, 0.21 of an inch. So be well below average right now. We are the, fourth driest September on record. Digging further into the numbers for July through today, so not quite all of September, we've only had 4 days with measurable rain. That's it. 2 this month, 2 in July, and that's a record. That's the fewest number of days with measurable rain from July through September that we have on record, the old record in 2012. What about the amount of rain that we've had? Well, from the beginning of July through now, a little less than 1/4 of an inch. That, again, is a record. The average is 2.56 inches, which means so far we've only had 8% of our average rainfall for July, August, and September so far. Now, keep in mind, this is the driest period of the year. In fact, our average for these 3 months combined is less than what it is for any month from October through April. So we don't get a lot of rain July, August, September, but still only 8% of that is pretty low. But we had 76 degrees today, really beautiful day, 80s in central Oregon here. Satellite imagery, 1 week system going by to the north. There's not a lot to talk about on this because we're going to have a clear sky all weekend long and into Monday, just some scattered high clouds over the weekend. But there is a lot to talk about in Atlantic Canada. This is Nova Scotia. This is basically Hurricane Fiona moving inland. You can see the radars all lit up here as it's skirting up towards Prince Edward Island, up in Newfoundland. I didn't say that right, did I, David? But nonetheless, you know what I'm talking about here. All right, let's move on down to the south. This is Tropical Depression number 9, which will become Hurricane Ian in the days ahead. And this looks like it's going to be headed up towards Tampa St. Pete as we go to next week. Not exactly sure where it'll go, but in that general direction, we'll keep you posted. 63 right now, freezing level at 13,100 feet. Beautiful weekend on the way. Lows in the 50s. Highs around 80 tomorrow, then 85 on Sunday, 87 on Monday, still in the mid-80s on Tuesday. Then it cools off. Maybe a little bit of rain on Thursday to add to our very meager September rainfall total, but not much. We're going to end this month with very, very little rainfall.
Well, Matt, I'll give you this. In Newfoundland, they understand. It's
Newfoundland.
Okay. Have a great weekend.
You too.
All right, so get that music going. It is the first Friday